Hello, everyone. Good evening. Donna Nelson. Welcome to episode 64 of Rooted in Wisdom, a daily dose of Donna. Tonight, on episode 64, we're talking about, are you making agreements with your excuses? So I'm sure we've all done this throughout our life at different times. I've certainly done it a lot of times. Probably on a daily basis, I'm making agreements with my excuses. So, what does that really mean? So, we're going to talk about what it means to make agreements with your excuses and then how to overcome that, how to make the adjustments so that you stop doing that and you're able to move yourself forward, keep kicking the ball further towards your goals, your dreams, whatever that is that you're trying to accomplish. But you're not, because you're making agreements with your excuses. So I also want to say that starting tomorrow and 3 days in a row, I'm doing a master class. And this master class is um, the 3 mistakes business leaders make that kill workplace safety and connection. And there's three key things that I have seen come up across business leaders and things that I hear from people that are struggling with their supervisor or their executive or the owner of the company or whatever that is that they're working for. So I'm going to address this in three parts so that I can get good content, good training in each one of them instead of doing one long one. But here's the thing. It's going to be, as I mentioned, 3 days in a row. I'm going to talk about what the mistake is. I'm going to tell you how to address that. What are the things you need to look for? And then give some other tools with that. And then I'm taking it down because at the end of the 3 days, I'm going to package it and sell it. So you have to catch it live, or you'll have to buy it. So that starts tomorrow, and my intention is to do those at 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. What? Oh wait, Wednesday. I have something on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Starting at 8 p.m. those 3 days so that you know when it is. But I'm going to post something tomorrow so that you know the exact time so that if you want to show up live so you don't have to buy it and so that you can catch all three parts of the series, you'll know what that is. Okay, so back to, are you making agreements with your excuses? So oftentimes when we're taking on something big and something new, or we've just created a lifestyle, this habitual pattern of procrastination, or even sometimes when we've created this pattern of just being inattentive and taking on too many projects at one time, or multitasking and allowing people to pull our attention instead of staying on task, we turn into this making agreements with our excuses. But generally, it's when you're either up leveling, you want to learn something new, do something new, finish a project, and then because of the primitive nature of the brain that wants to hold you back and not have you do anything that's not habitual, we can start, the fear part of the brain can start kicking in and allow us to start making excuses like, this isn't really a priority right now, or I'm too busy over here, or let me finish this first, or going into what I often see in my space when I'm working with especially solopreneurs. They're like, oh, maybe I should just take another class. Maybe I should just learn more about this before I start taking action, right? That is just aligning with your excuses, right? That's like making an agreement that now is not the right time. Well, first of all, there's never like really a right time for anything that I can think of that I've ever done in my life. You just make a decision and do shit. And then you figure it out as you go. I'm not talking about not being strategic or not being thoughtful about planning, whether it's in your personal life or business. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, listen, it's too easy to make excuses um, and start agreeing. And so we just need to keep taking action. Because here's also what can occur is that too often, many of us, most of us, all of us, somewhere along the way in our life, we have people who are going to support our excuses. And that is our detriment, because then we can start buying into that, going, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe I'll think about it. Yeah, I should really do this later. Yeah. And then those people start holding you back. And sometimes they're well-meaning people, and often they even do it unconsciously, right? And part of that is because people don't want us to outgrow them, right? So they want you to succeed. Like, I mean, logically, they're like, of course I want you to go do what makes you happy. Of course I want you to, you know, go and create whatever and do whatever and go be great, right? Except that it now has occurred to them that if you go be great and they don't go be great, then you're going to be great without them. And at an unconscious level, they may tell you to, maybe you shouldn't do that. Or as soon as you make an excuse and you feel tired, they're going to say, yeah, you did your best, right? You tried your hardest. Don't work so hard. Give yourself a break. Slow down. Come out with us. Just, do whatever. Aligning with excuses. So, um, and then we also have this way of sympathizing with our own weaknesses, right? So when things are hard, we tend to make excuses that look like procrastination or a delay tactic of needing more information. And so we start sympathizing with our weaknesses, right? Like, it's too hard, or my brain just doesn't work this way, or it's just not the right time, or whatever those things are. Like, when I went back to college, math was always my weakness, but probably it wasn't really a weakness. It was just me being traumatized in elementary school, therefore creating a belief that I must be really bad at math. And so that therefore I had a fear of learning high level math my entire education. So thinking about, oh my gosh, if I have to, like, do this high level math to pass this class, how am I going to do it? I can't do that. And I'll have to get a tutor, and I'll just take like the lowest level so I don't have to think so hard, because my brain doesn't work that way because I'm bad at math, right? I'm creative. I'm not good at math. And again, these are just excuses that we can align with that will hold us back from being our best, achieving what we want to achieve. So don't align and sympathize with your weaknesses, and don't entertain the placators. Those people that just want to tell you you're great how you are, you're good where you are, all those things, blowing smoke up your ass so that you just stay where you are, and keep doing what you're doing because they're telling you you're so great. Like, who needs to be greater, right? So don't align and listen to the placators. Within you, there's more in you. You need to be living with your possibilities, with your best self, with your purpose, and don't listen to the placators. And often we can align with the permission granters. Well, I think I said this, right? That want to hold you at your level, right? Telling you to, give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself, give it time, that kind of stuff. So this is tying in a bit to what I'm going to talk about over the next 3 days, because we can get into this process of being around others who can push us down, which are the three mistakes that business leaders often make, and hold their people back from being great as well. But for you at this time, what brings out our best self? What are the things now that you can do to shift out of aligning with and making agreements with your excuses? Well, the first one is step into those things that move you forward. It's just a matter, even if you don't know how, you know where you want to go or something that you really want to do in whatever area of your life that is across any of those domains. So step into what that is. What do you have to, who would you have to be? What would you have to know? What would you have to learn? What would you have to achieve whatever that is? And then just step into moving toward that. And then the second thing is surround yourself with people who talk about possibilities, impact, and growth. This is likely the most important. Now, can you get to wherever you want to go without that? I mean, yeah, but being an entrepreneur, working from home, a solopreneur, behind a computer screen, most of the time for the last 6+ years myself, I will tell you it is hard. You want to surround yourself with other people who are going to lift you up and be positive, talk about possibilities, but people who are, yes, at a higher level than you. I spend a lot of my time around other service-based entrepreneurs, people that are kind of doing the similar stuff that I am, but also outside of what I'm doing to keep my mind expanded about all the possibilities of as far as how we can make a difference in this world, how we can align with our purpose, how we can make more money serving others, all of those things. So it doesn't really matter if it's about making money or not. It's about where do you want, what's the level that you want to go to? What is the thing that you want to have that you don't have now? And what does it take to get that? And part of that formula, if you will, is hanging around others who have what you want, or at least are talking about possibilities of being more along the way. And then the next thing is stop doing things and hanging with people that are not part of your life blueprint. And that's kind of what I was just saying, right? So while those people can be encouragers and they can sell you a vision or kind of give you a formula on how to move toward what you want, sometimes the things that detract from that piece is hanging out with those people, places, things, whatever, that are not part of our life blueprint. So to be zoned in and focused and to get out of making agreements with our excuses, which is when we're hanging with people who are not part of our life blueprint, that is making agreements with our excuses because it's not keeping you on track, and that's going to pull you into distraction and off base. And then, okay, I think that was the last one because I repeated myself. And surround yourself with people who support you to flourish and build your confidence. So again, I think that those last three are kind of packaged together there, but individually they're really important. You want to make sure the people that you're hanging out with are people that can also support you in your flourishing and help build your confidence and so forth. Because often when we are making excuses, it is also starting to deplete our self-worth and our self-image and our confidence and all of that. So you can fix it with those 5 things that I just addressed there. And come back and join me tomorrow so that I can share more with you, starting in that 3-part series. So that is, are you making agreements with your excuses? And what is the biggest excuse that you're making an agreement with that is keeping you, holding you back from stepping into that one thing that will move you forward or get that project accomplished or whatever? You don't have to tell me. Answer it to yourself. Good night.